In Such Brave Girls Episode 1, Deb is upset that her daughter Josie might have another episode while they are on their way to pick up her other daughter, Billy, from work. But it's Billy who breaks down and insists she's going to kill herself when she sees her ex-boyfriend Nicky with another girl. Deb tells her girls they need to love with less of their hearts. Josie tells Billy to make sure she washes the blade first. At home, Deb introduces her daughters to her boyfriend Dev, whom it seems she's with solely because of his massive house. When Josie puts him off with talk of her poor mental health, Deb insists she hide her depression better. But it may be too late to make a good impression on Dev. Josie happening upon Dev and her mother having sex in the kitchen creates another awkward scenario. And that night, Dev can't get an erection with Deb. He can't stop thinking about Josie's face and is worried her depression is contagious. So, Deb warns Josie to get her act together and sends her off to her job at the bookstore, where she talks to a co-worker about the situation. The co-worker makes a quick escape. Later, Josie and Billy relate to each other's struggles. Most people aren't wet for trauma like we are, Josie remarks. But they comfort themselves in maintaining that they are more interesting than happy people. Deb isn't content with that, however, and takes Josie shopping to try and cure her depression. Billy decides to bleach her hair so she'll be blonde like Nicky's new girlfriend, Bianca. While the bleach burns and causes her to foam at the mouth, she goes through with it anyway. The next time Dev comes over, Josie tries to be happier in front of him, which seems to work. But then Billy comes back to fight her for not telling her how her hair looked in the back. Dev walks in during the confrontation. Back at the mall, Deb tries to return Josie's new, now ketchup-stained dress, and she turns on the tears to do so. Meanwhile, Billy tells Josie that Nicky never wore a condom when they were together, and she hasn't had a period in 2 months. She's not worried at all about it, unlike Josie. The episode review. If you're one for dysfunctional family drama and dark humor, I think this first episode of Kat Sadler's Such Brave Girls will win you over immediately. Starring Sadler herself as Josie, as well as her own sister Lizzie Davidson as her sister in the show, Such Brave Girls promises the funniest and most outrageous moments from a pretty morose life. A short and snappy episode with winning characters, this presents a lot of potential for darkly quirky storylines. Prepare to cringe as much as you laugh, but hey, isn't that life?